everyone receive is a reflection of us.
Welcome. In a current state of things where everything seems to be falling apart, good or bad, it doesn't matter, I offer you a new perspective, something different to listen to, perhaps. I'd like to speak to you today about Perfume. No, not the movie. Although that highlights certain factors of things. Spoilers for those who have not seen the movie Perfume. The one in particular that evolves around a specific human being who tries to harness the ability of one's scent because he does not have one. And in the end, decides to take people's lives, specifically female, to capture their scents. There's a lot to this movie in terms of what does it mean about being oneself, looking outwardly. If you have not seen it, I suggest perhaps something different. But what got me into the idea of perfume is I've always thought about cologne, deodorant, the natural smells of things that have been created by man. You know, as I sit and I watch the lovely bees pollinating the lavender and the lemon trees and the plum trees, I look at it and the scents produced. We know that they're attracted through positive and negative and all these types of things. So why are we humans no different? Why do we mask ourselves in smells and scents? And what is the benefit of that? I personally might wear some cologne here and there, but only just to smell different. I stopped using deodorant because of all of the additives. Started stinging with all the chemicals. I don't believe we need it. We look at animals, how they understand things through scent, and how dogs can smell and remember people through that. We know that hotels and places and all these front of house, you might say, locations, they put in smells and aromas into their air conditioning. They diffuse it so that whenever you have those good memories, it reminds you of that location. So you want to go back. That can have both positive and negative outcomes, but that is generally why they do it. I once asked a hotel what it was they put in it. They never said. But usually it's things like vanilla, cinnamon, these types of things that hit your core memory. So the next time you have a spiced latte or a cinnamon latte in winter, you remind yourself of the place that you stayed. But why does it affect us? Why is cologne and perfume so important to people? What role does it play in day-to-day lives? Why is it so expensive? Wow. I find if we look at the things that they are involved with, celebrities, high-end fashion labels, I questioned it, as we always do. If we look at the celebrity range on why is it that a lot of celebrities have their own perfume line, why do they do it? I thought to myself, is it possible that they could put their own DNA into it? Similar to the movie, perhaps. Maybe that everyone that is wearing the cologne is wearing them. Is it some type of ritualistic performance, perhaps? It is possible, it has been said, but highly unlikely. But what seemed to come through was more of an archetypal effect, a stigmata or a sort of imaginatory understanding or a prayer, if you will, to the God that they claim themselves to be. For examples, You have archetype roles. So the warriors who would be so-called Beyoncés and Rihanna and these types of people who make you feel like that goddess energy. So they create that perfume to radiate that. So every time you buy that perfume, you are wearing their essence, not literally or physically or however you want to say it, but in your mind, you are representing that. You are giving your energy through that to them. Almost like a ritualistic prayer, if you will. You have other archetypes as well. Maybe you're the rebellious one who likes to cause mischief, and there are archetypes associated to that. If you look at all of the different ranges of perfumes and the people that are there, how do they market it towards you? And then ask yourself, is it you? We naturally give off our own aroma, our own scent, body odor, yes, but we give off our own pheromones. These colognes and perfumes, they mask that. They hide who you truly are. And I thought to myself something. I said, is it possible that what is happening with a lot of the breakups and whether it's divorces or relationships ending is caused by this false idealistic view of who a woman or a man is based upon the smell of their perfume? Well, the perfume hits into the amygdala. It goes into the emotions and the memories. It goes into our brain straight through the nose. It hits us first thing. It's the same like when you smell coffee in the morning or the fresh cut lawn. It goes straight into there. These people at play, they know this. They know scent is one of the powerful tools to manipulate. It can be walking past someone who has a really beautiful perfume. The same can work with a scent that is too strong and awful. It puts off. But here's the thing. If you yourself are struggling or find yourself in a position where you're trying to be someone you're not, but you wear a perfume that is not you, you wear it because it's the latest trend, because you're trying to fit in. You attract someone that you like, and they might like you. Maybe the perfume wears off, and then all of a sudden things start to change because they don't see you for who you are. Or maybe they do, and they realize that you're not the same person. Are these so-called perfumes creating masks and traps to this never-ending loop or cycle of turmoil? Perhaps. It's a highly speculative statement that I say. It's just my brain trying to see different perspectives on the view. We know their marketing tactics for perfume are strong. We know that what they put in there can be one of love and empathy and niceness, or it can be one of manipulation and tactics and warfare. There are some smells that are just so beautiful, so loving and caring. And then there are those that create desire and lust. But to the celebrities that create their own perfumes, is it really their own? Or is it just another witnessing of something that creates an idolization of a false god? Is it more money in their pockets, so to speak? I think the more people that wear their products are idolizing them, they're wearing their essence, they're promoting their brand, you are therefore walking as if they are you. You are losing your value by wearing their product. That doesn't mean that you can't. It just means you need to change, although I don't say what you should do, but in this core example, you change how you see what you wear. Does it represent you with the smells that are inside it? Do you wear it because you like the smell and not because of who is representing on the cover? That is what matters. Not from what I say or what they say. It's whether it means something to you. So, perfume in general, if you look in the history, it was created to mask odor. But what is odor really? I mean, have we just been taught that it's something that should be smelt bad? Yes, potentially. But then smell is also one of those values that we've misused, because it should teach us when someone is feeling sick. It should teach us when someone is feeling healthy. It is another guide that has been masked by a man-made product. There are scents out there that help us grow, medicinal, spiritual, new scents that create harmony and bliss. And these are the healing properties that I'm talking about. And then there are those that mask all of that, to hide behind it, and generate wealth and continue that circle loop of failure. I find perfume and cologne to be an interesting subject to talk about if one really thinks about it. It goes far back as the pharaohs and ancient Egypt and the goddesses before that. Well, so they say. We don't know. We live in times where we question everything now. What they say is true, is it? You can even just go onto ChatGPT or all these new AI programs, and if you've been using them, you can find or even sense they have changed. Not that change isn't good, but if you've been paying attention, you know that the way it communicates, the way it talks, the way it responds has become controlled. I even asked it that. And it said you just need to change the way you ask. You need to respond with a way of myth and without control. Meaning that it's still there, but you just need to change the way that you say it. To me, I sense distortion. I sense control because it was releasing information without guidance. And that is a dangerous thing to the truth, because it can reveal it. They say it's misguided truth, but in essence, it's uncontrolled truth. And they were afraid of that. So they'd place it there for you to learn, but now it's heavily controlled. Just something I thought I'd add to a subject. So scent and perfume, do we need it? We wash ourselves with body wash and shampoo. Some people spray yourself with chemical and cologne, forever masking who you truly are. For you see, a flower does not spray itself in third world colognes. It generates its own beauty. But the bee still comes. So do we truly need it? Or does it need us? So with that, I leave you with peace and love. Take care.